Start recording now, and then it just like, how was your overall experience, or is this your first time at White Earth?
This is my second time at White Earth, and I think both times have really been very similar, but also very different. I've met a lot of different people this time than last year. There were some elders that I spoke to last year that weren't unfortunately alive anymore and able to be there, but otherwise it was very interesting to be able to talk to some new people and get some new perspectives as well.
So since this is your second time, what drove you to want to come again?
I think just the experience last year and being able to learn and in a different way, not sitting in a classroom or reading a book or whatever. Those types of experiences you can't really describe on paper. You gotta actually do them to be able to learn that way. So I like the experiential learning type of setup. So I wanted to come again.
No, did you feel like there were were there new things that you learned with the second time coming to the reservation?
Yeah, actually, because last year the rice harvest wasn't very good, so we weren't able to go out in the we did go out in the canoes and we did do the motions, but we didn't actually get to see really that much rice or and be able to try to pull it and do it the way that they actually do it on a regular basis. But this time it seemed to have good crop yields, so we were able to actually do it. And the weather was fantastic this year. It was really cold last year, so that made a huge difference in terms of outdoor activities and experience.
So how do you feel when they say the wild rice is not just a food, but it's a medicine?
I think it's probably true, because coming from another culture myself, there's a lot of items that are considered just food, but also have medicinal value as well. And I see a lot of parallels between my culture and that I grew up with and the culture of these people as well. So yeah, I think there's some decent truth in that as well.
How do you feel the people, the Anishinaabe, were they welcoming, or what was your feeling about them?
I think they were fairly welcoming. I don't think they had anything personal against me specifically or against anybody in the class or anything, but I think maybe as a whole they may be a little frustrated with the land issue and things that they've been dealing with the university for a number of years. I'm sure they find that rather frustrating, but as far as me personally, I felt treated like I was treated very well and respected and treat others the way you want to be treated. I felt like that was definitely the case.
So after this experience, how do you feel now about research, especially genetic research on wild rice?
I don't really. I understand that there's a need for it just because of such a high population we have and the need to feed a lot of mouths and have that type of resource, but at the same time there is some truth in preserving the ancient ways, and it's a really hard balance to achieve, especially with the growing population and limited resources.
Thank you for sharing.